Something happened. I went back to Olongapo and I got a telegram. And the telegram said, "Come home. Your father is in the hospital." So what? I was just speaking to him. So I have to come home. I came home and I went straight to the hospital. But my father was walking. And I said, I thought there's something wrong with you. No, there's nothing wrong with me. Why do you have to come here? I said, because Mama sent me a telegram. Oh, you know your mother, she's always thinking something's wrong. So go back to Olongapo. Maybe your boss will not like it. I said, but no, don't worry about it. So I went back to Olongapo. After 3 days, I got another telegram. And this time said, "Come home. Your father is in the ICU. So I said, what? I was just talking to him. I went back to Manila. Now he's transferred to Hospital of Manila. And there he was in the ICU. And I don't know what to do anymore. It's like the whole world was dumped in my head. And I don't know what to do. And I asked my mother, what does father need? He needs blood, he needs this and that. So I ran back to Olongapo. I went to talk to my boss Fred, boss Ponso. I said, my father is in the ICU. He needs a lot of blood. And how much do you want? How much do you need? I said, I need this, I need that. And they gave it to me without question. They gave everything I need. I went back, bought everything that my father needed. But to cut the story short, he died. But before he died, he talked to me. He said, I said, Freddie, please take care of your mother, your sisters, and your brother. Take care of them, all of them. And I said, don't worry, I will. So he died. I forgot about Anak. I quit singing. All of a sudden, I lost interest in music. I don't want to play in Olongapo anymore. I went back to Manila. I don't want to even hold my guitar. I said, my father was right. I cannot raise a family being a musician. What will I do with my four siblings? What will I do with my mother earning 60 pesos a night? I was making 60 pesos a night that time. I said, I cannot bring them. I cannot do this. I may as well go back as being an electronic engineer apprentice, because I was an apprentice with my uncle in his shop. I was making more money there as an apprentice. I was making at least 100 pesos a day. So I said, I will go back to electronics engineer. I should have finished my electronics engineer. So I'm becoming to regret being a musician. So I forgot about Anak, everything. I even forgot that I joined the Metropop. I forgot everything. I was sick one day. I was looking at our dog, the dog. I said, sometimes dogs are luckier than people, because I was telling myself, because when the dogs need a shelter, they have somewhere to shelter. When they need food, they have food. When they need attention, they get an attention. So I said, sometimes the life of a dog is better than a human. So I was at that situation when my grandmother said, hey, you have a phone call. So I went to answer the call, and the other side said, hey, Freddie, congratulations. You are one of the finalists in the Metropop. And I was sick, and I said, thank you. And I dropped the phone. And my grandma said, what was that? Someone said, I am a Metropop finalist. So what? I don't know. And I said, maybe it's prank. It's a prank. I said, no, maybe it's true. And my cousin Willie said, Kuya, maybe it's true. Remember, you joined the Metropop. I said, yes, I know, but I made it. I don't believe it. So I was sick, so I have to go to the Metropop office in Makati to verify if it's true that I am a finalist in the Metropop. So we went there with cousin Willie, with my long hair, and I was so thin. I looked like a drug addict at that time. So I went there, I knocked like this. And the girl opened the door, and as soon as she saw my face, locked the door in. I said, I told you, Willie, it's a hoax. It's not true. But Kuya, they will not call you if it's not true. So I said, no, they just saw, he shut the door in my face. Let me do it, Kuya. So he knocked. And the next thing that opened is a guy. And this time he see me. Hey, Freddie. He recognized me, because how many skinny guy will look like me with long hair and with a hat? Very few. So he recognized me right away. Hey, Freddie, man, you are a finalist. And I said, so it's true. He said, yes, come in. And that is Roger Rigor, who later on became a member of VST and Company, a very famous group in Philippines. So he said, Freddie, look, you are a finalist. And there, Anak, number 1. Number 2, Tayo yung mga Pinoy. Number 3, Narito Ako Umiibig. And number 4, blah, 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 blah. So I said, I'm number 1? He said, yes, you are number 1 finalist. So you have 2,000 pesos now. Really? I have 2,000 pesos? So I was counting already. Oh, I can pay all my debts, and I still have 150 pesos left. So I said, this is good. So when do I get the money? After the finals, I said, oh, That's long. So let's move forward. We are already in the rehearsal, and the next day is the finals. We are rehearsing. Let's say this is the stage. I am rehearsing with a full orchestra, and my choice of an arranger is Mang Doming Amarillo. He was the most famous arranger at that time because of the movies of FPJ. That's why I know his name. So I said, I want Doming Amarillo to arrange. And before he arranged it, he met with me twice in his house. So I told him what I want, the arrangement. I want strings. I said, the strings to lullaby the baby, like putting the baby into sleep. I want it that way. So I told him, this is how I play it in the guitar. And he said, play it again, play it again. And it happens that he's a guitar player himself. So he understood. So he said, okay, I know what to do, Freddie. And that was the day that I will rehearse it for the first time with the full orchestra, and the next day is the final. And I was so nervous, imagine. Out of 14 finalists, 12 are very famous singers and very famous composers. The only neophyte at that time was me and Tayo'y Mga Pinoy, Heber Bartolome. And the song Tayo'y Mga Pinoy became very popular too. So we were so quiet. We were always together. We were always quiet and feeling like we are not worthy. I'm always looking down. I cannot look up because I'm so shy with all these famous people around me, and I'm there. So I thought that I don't belong there. So everybody was singing, normally singing, rehearsing. And the folk arts theater is being prepared. So you can hear the hammering, the dusting, everything. They prepare it while we are rehearsing. So noisy while there's a rehearsal going on. Because Imelda Marcos wants it to be very beautiful, the folk arts, because he's always the beautiful one. I want this beautiful, I want that. So he wants it that way. So we did, and Heber Bartolome sang, and then it's my time to rehearse. I went up, and Mang Doming said, don't worry, just play it the way you play it with me in the house, and I'll take care of the rest, the Mang Doming said. He's always giving me this upliftment, like, don't worry, you have the best song. Just sing it right, and you will be the grand prize winner. He keeps telling me that. So I said, okay, I'll sing. I started singing it, and all of a sudden, when I started saying, nung isilang ka sa mundong ita, all the people hammering and all the people moving, all of a sudden, they stop. And all of a sudden, everything is quiet. I'm just, the only thing you can hear now is me and the orchestra rehearsing Anak. So I was singing it, the best version of my life on that rehearsal. The best. We never recorded it, but it was even best than what the record that you bought. It's even better. So, to my surprise, they gave me a standing ovation. All the artists there, the famous one, they stood up, gave me the standing ovation, and all the orchestra members were giving me an applause. And I was saying, my God, I did not make a mistake choosing this career, because people are so nice when you are a newcomer. That's what I felt. I didn't feel like, I'm good. No, I said, oh my God, I did not make a mistake. They were so kind to all newcomers. So I thought that, so I came down, and still they were shaking my hand. So I still think they are so kind to me because I'm a newcomer. So that the final night came, so I sang. It's still good. It's even better than what you bought in the final night. Very good, very nice. Better. But the first one was better. So I sang, and Imelda Marcos was there in front. And Imelda Marcos gave me a standing ovation, and everybody stood because she stood. And you are in trouble. So she stood, and everybody, wow. And I felt like I'm a winner already. And it did not end from there. She asked me to sit beside her. Yes, I'm not kidding. She asked me to sit beside her, and I was thinking, what did I do? And she said to me, you have such a beautiful song, Freddie. She said, I would love to stay, but it's campaigning time. She said, I have to go to Pasig and campaign for Ferdinand Marcos, she said. And I said, yes, ma'am. So after she left, all the reporters came to me. And I was so shocked that everyone, these people were giving me all this microphone and whatever. What did she say? And I said, oh, the first lady said she liked my song, and she hoped that I win. So what will you? So what will you win? So what will you say? So what do you think? I said, oh, I feel like a winner already. So we waited. So we have to go back. It's back on stage. All the composers have to go back on stage, and the only composer and performer that time was me and Heber Bartolome. because he also played his own composition. So we all went backstage, and they started calling, and the fourth prize goes to people, and the third prize goes to, and the second prize goes to, and I'm already little by little falling, because it's not in the first four that I saw. It's totally different. So I'm already feeling like, I said, this is what I don't like. I said, I know I'm not going to win, because I'm a nobody. I did not come to any school. I learned from the street. I'm nobody. So how will I win? That's what I kept telling Jeremy Navarro. Man, I'm nobody. I'm not going to win with that type of a big festival. I said, no way. It's only those people with big backups who will win. So when they said, and the grand prize winner goes to, and the people, 15,000 people of Folk Arts Theater were shouting, Anak, Anak, Anak. And they called another song, and the 15,000 people started booing. Boo, boo, fix, 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 fix. So while the grand prize singer was singing the grand prize song, everybody was walking out, and everybody was cursing them. They said, fix, it's fixed, it's fixed. But still, I don't care anymore. I was there in the floor. I said, my career is finished. I'm kaput. Huh? So I don't want to leave folk arts. I leave when everybody's gone. So I left, everybody's gone, except this one fellow. She's mestizo looking, very big, but very gay. He's gay. He's walking like this. Freddie, they don't know what they're doing. You will go places and remember my face, because you're going to see a lot of me. And I said, thank you, sir. So I left and then took a taxi and then go back to where I live in Pasay City. I get to the place where we live, and there were hundreds of people in the streets. And I was saying, oh God, please don't do this to me. I already lost. Please don't tell me our house was burnt. Because when there are so many people on the street in the Philippines, it's either the house is the apartment is being burned, or something is happening. So I said, oh my God, please don't do this to me. I lost, don't. But when I walk out the taxi, they were calling me, Anak, 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 Anak. You should have been the winner. You are our winner, blah, 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 blah. And everybody was calling me Anak. Nobody knows that my name is Freddie yet at that time. Only my grandmother. So I said, okay, thank you. But for the meantime, I still feeling like a loser. So I went home, went to sleep. I woke up with my cousin Willie waking me up. Freddie, wake up. All the neighbors are chanting your name. I said, why? Because you are all in the newspapers, and everyone was saying you should have been the winner. And now your songs, you turn on the radio, every radio station is playing your song, and they were saying the same. This should have been the winner. And the next thing you know, I was accepted as a singer. Everybody loved me in 2 weeks' time, but the song Anak became gold record in 2 weeks' time. In a month's time, it became platinum. And next thing you know, I was being demanded to go to Japan, because the Japanese record company have already released several Japanese versions of my song. And like they say, it might be very cliche, but the next is history. Yeah. So that is my story as a musician, and as Freddie Aguilar, the prodigal son who realized that he made a mistake and repent and got rewarded with a very beautiful song, Anak, that I will perform with you. Yeah. Yeah. But you have to give us a bit of time, because we have to set this live instrument. This will only take a moment, around 10 seconds and 4 hours. Yes, we want now, and of course we will be joined by a good friend, Joe Peters, whom I used to jam at the Bodega Theater in Quezon Avenue when we are all still young boys. Yes, with Lester Demetilio and the rest of the gang. And I hope I can sing this this for you, because I left the Philippines today at 2 a.m. in the morning, and from there we went straight to the hotel and straight to some interviews that I did, and straight to here, rehearsal, and straight. So The problem is that I was not able to get enough rest last Friday night because I have to wash the clothes that I'm wearing now. Because our helpers have joined politics. One of them will run as president and the other one will run as vice president. But I will vote for them because they are not corrupt. And I see a very familiar face here. Tim is a very good musician also. Yeah, he used to play in Freddie's music bar and in Malate. Yeah. And Tim is, if I'm not wrong, staying in Singapore now with your grandson. Yeah, like me, Tim now is a grandfather. Yeah, and he's a very good musician. I don't know. Are you playing here in Singapore, Tim? Before, not now. Okay. What the salary is good. Anyway, nice to see you, Tim. Hindi tayo nagkita sa Manila, dito tayo nagkita. Because I think he was in Manila recently. I can read it on my Facebook account because we are Facebook friends, di ba? FB friends kami. And you played, no? You played with your former group, the Aurora, no? Of course, Aurora is still playing tonight. They're playing tonight at Freddie's Saturday. His group, Aurora, used to be playing, the three of them, but Tim decided to come here in Singapore and take care of his grandson, which is very noble for him. Yeah. I too take care of my granddaughter of Jericho's. I have a granddaughter from Jericho who's more than a year old, Layla Sky, and she always liked to go with me. Every time she sees me dressed, she does this to me, you know. Like, I want to go. So we get together a lot, but she always liked to go with me when I go to the mall because she always grabs something. And she knows how to choose, you know. Anyway, we hope we can sing this one for you. Because as you can see, singing is being driven by your breathing. And since I don't have enough rest, my breathing is not normal as it is. Since I am also a very good recipient of, what do you call this, properties from my father when they both passed away. They gave me not tangible properties, but properties like high blood, asthma, you know, astigmatism. So those are the properties they gave me. And Kirpal is laughing. Thank you, bro, for inviting us here, man. Thank you. What about a big hand for our friends at the... I play freestyle, and that makes me different from other musicians because I did not study the music formally. But just to tell you, I did try to study it formally. I wanted to enroll in the music school of, the music class of the greatest music professor that we had. Now, he's now a national artist in our beautiful country. I'm talking of none other than Professor Lucio San Pedro. I went to approach him and tell him that I want to study in his music class, and he told me, "Why, Freddie, you wrote such a beautiful song, and you did not study music?" And I said, "Yes, sir. That's why I want to study in your music class so I can learn to read and write music." And he said, "But Freddie," he said, "your music is God-given. So if I were you, just continue writing and just continue playing what you want to play. You are free the way it is." So he said, "Just continue playing. If you go to my school," he said, "you will have to go inside the box." He said, "What do you mean, sir, the box?" I said, "Because if you go to my school," he said, "you have to follow a certain theory, and you can never go out from the theory anymore." So he said, "Just go on, play, and don't feel insecure because you have a God-given talent." So I did follow what he told me, and since then, I continue playing. And this is how he told me to keep being free. So I do freestyle, but after that, it's not freestyle anymore. This is the part of the freestyle. And my son is also playing freestyle. So we're doing the feel now. We're just feeling each other. We don't rehearse this. If we do it again tomorrow, it will not be the same. He has to continue so I can drink my water.
Silang ka sa mundong ito, laking tuwa ng magulang mo, at ang kamay nila ang iyong nila. At ang nanay at tatay mo, di malaman ang gagawin, minamasdan pati pagtulog mo. Sa gabi nagpupuyat ang iyong nanay sa pagtimpla ng gatas mo. At sa umaga na may karong ka na, iyong amang tuwang-tuwa sa'yo. Ngayon nga ay malaki ka na, ang nais mo'y maging malaya, di man sila payag, walang magagawa. Ikaw nga ay biglang nagbago, naging matigas ang iyong ulo, at ang payo nila'y sinuway mo. Di mo man lang iniisip ng kanila, yun ang away para sa'yo. Pagkakanalis mo'y masunod ang layo mo, hindi mo sila pinapansin. Nagdaan pang mga araw at ang landas mo'y naligaw, ikaw ay nalulong sa masamang bisyo. At ang una mong nilapitan, ang iyong ina lumuluha, at ang tanong, anak, ba't ka nakaganyan? Ang iyong mga matay biglang lumuha nang hindi mo napapansin. Pagsisisi ang sa isip mo at nalaman mo ika'y nagkamali. Pagsisisi ang sa isip mo at nalaman mo ika'y nagkamali. Pagsisisi ang sa isip mo at nalaman mo. Pagsisisi ang sa isip mo at nalaman mo. Pagsisisi lang sa isip mo at nalaman mong ika'y nagkamali. Ika'y nagkamali. Ika'y nagkamali.
Let's give them a big hand, please, because we only rehearsed this twice this afternoon, and only sign language because I cannot speak this afternoon, so we just do sign language. And another big hand for them, please. Again? I cannot sing now, man. You want with what? English. Which one? Which one? Anak? No, I refuse to sing this in another language. I tell you the story why. Because the English songs that you are very familiar with, that's not a record. That's a demo tape. Because they wanted to make so much money, so they released the demo tape, and you bought it. Yeah. Yeah, I'm not kidding. And sold millions and millions of copies. Luckily, there was the original in that album also. The Tagalog was there also, and they put the English on it. But to tell you, I felt very, very offended when they did that to me. I was doing a concert in Queen Elizabeth Stadium in Hong Kong, and I was signing records. And all of a sudden, someone asked me to sign a record and says, Freddie Aguilar, Child. And I said, where did you get this? And he said, this was released by, I think, Polygram, Hong Kong. And I said, but they're not supposed to release this. I said, I did a demonstration tape. I did not do a final recording of any English version. So what you bought, or what the English version that became very popular all over the world, is a demonstration tape. And the English version that I really like, Kirpal, is the one written by, translated by Becca Godinez. It's the same title, Child, but it was more beautiful, but never recorded. It's so sad. Like I was telling you, when greediness rules, it's followed by trouble. So some people are very greedy, so they release the demo tape. And now people say it's beautiful, so I said, okay, but I didn't like it. I tried to record so many versions of Anak. I tried to record even in Mandarin. I cannot sing in Mandarin. I cannot do it. And then I tried to record it in German. The more I cannot do it in German. Then they tried to ask me to sing and record it in Korean. The more I cannot do it in Korean. And then the Japanese said, record it in Japanese. And I said, maybe I can do Japanese. You know. It's so easy to sing in Japanese. The secret is that you turn the R into L, and the L into R. See? So you can do Japanese. You know? So they asked me to sing in Italian, and I said, Italian is like Spanish, and it's like Tagalog. So I did Italian. And they asked me to sing in Spanish, and I did in Spanish, because it's very familiar with Tagalog. So all in all, I recorded the song Anak in 6 languages: English, Italian, Spanish, Bahasa, Tagalog. And the other one is Japanese, number 6. Yeah. But I tried to record it also in Portuguese. No way. I could have made more money if I was able to record it. But talking of Mandarin, I love Mandarin orange. so I cannot sing it in English, but maybe Tim can sing it in English. You know? Hindi mo ba kinakanta sa English, no? It's Ernel who sing this in English, no? All right. I thought he's the one who sang this in English, but it was another singer who plays at Cap Freddie's Music Bar. Ernel Mendoza is the one singing this in English. But I don't stop him from singing it in English because I learned to, but not me. But not me. I cannot. The other reason why I don't want to sing this in other languages is that I lose the feeling because, like when I was recording in Japanese, I am reading the Japanese phonetically. Yeah, phonetically. So I just R and L. You know. So, but the feel is not 100% very good. But it's better than the English because I'm really recording it for commercial purposes. The same thing when I recorded in Bahasa. Same thing in English. But English, no, because demo tape. But when I recorded it in Bahasa, I knew it was being sold commercially. The same thing with the Italian version and the Spanish version. So, but the Spanish version, surprisingly, is not about a child. It's called amante. It's about a lover. No, it's not about a child. The same thing in Italian. The title in Italian is Un Bambino. It's a grown-up boy. It's not about a child. And the Dutch version that I cannot sing also, it's not about a child at all. It's about a village, but they use my music. So, yes. I don't know if is there any Singaporean artist that recorded the song Anak that you may know? Malay. But it's staying in Singapore. What's his name, Job? Ramil. Ah, okay. So what do we do now? Do you know how to play? No, I'm just kidding. This guy is really playing. He used to play with us in Bodega Theater in Quezon. What's the name of your group again then at that time? The East West Group. Okay.
My first meeting with him, he scolded me. Because he just returned from Singapore. He could not perform here because of his long hair.
Yeah. I cannot do a concert in Singapore because of my long hair. Oh, but they let me enter in Singapore when I was going to Europe. I think in 1980 or 81. They let me enter, but I have to tie my hair like this and hide it in my coat. Because it happens that one of the immigration officer recognized me, but he has to make sure that, hey, are you the guy singing Anak? And I said, yes. Oh, you can go in, but you put inside. But please don't do concert inside. I said, no, I'm not doing concert. I said, I'm going to Europe. Okay, so this is your composition now. You're playing. This is a song called Mabuhay, written by Angelita Pasamba, with the version of Joe Peterson Group.
Thank you very, very much. Wonderful. Once again, ladies and gentlemen, big applause. Okay, I'm just looking at that time over there, and notionally we're supposed to conclude the whole, the whole proceeding now. But is there anyone that has any burning question that you might want to ask? There are 2 mics. We'll use about 5-10 minutes to have a Q&A before we adjourn for refreshments and food. So Freddie is here, Joe is here. They are supposed to be members of the panel, and I think because it's only 5-10 minutes, we'll just keep sending. Is that okay, Joe? And so any questions, any comments, observations, just go to the mic and ask. Anybody who has a question or a comment? Yes.
Freddie, I would like to ask you, do you think that, do you have the talent in music? Since you mentioned that you have not undergone any formal training, it's more like on the street you pick up whatever. So is that a born talent? Do you regard yourself as a born talent in music? Or is that because you have been influenced in the path of growing up in a street neighborhood, a lot of music display, that of thing, then an environment that slowly transform you into a musical talent, that of thing, or is it a born talent? You'd like to share on that?
My family,
no, what I mean is in your music career from young to until you eventually become famous gradually over the path. Do you agree that you are a born talent in music, or is that because of your growing up environment, your neighborhood, a lot of musical performance?
Yeah, we got the point. Yep. Okay.
The family is into music. I grew up in the province. I can see my titos, my uncles, form a small band with their improvised bass guitar player, taken from a gasoline tanker, from a jeep, and then they put the old combo style in the Philippines before, and those are the environment that I grew up with. And I always knew that I am a musician. I like to sing from the age of 5, and I always believed that I can write a song. Nobody influenced me. My influence was music that I can hear when I was young. Like I mentioned earlier, I used to sing songs from Fred Panopio. But like I said, I am a musician who is hesitant to become famous because I don't even want to join the Metropop. I don't even want to bring my song into a record company. I just want to keep it myself. I'm happy with just singing.
Okay, thanks. I think we can time for just one last question. If there's one over there, yep.
Hi, Freddie. I first listened to your first recording, I think, in English, because I don't understand Tagalog, right?
Yes.
So I think you say that perhaps the feeling that you sing in English is not, people don't relate to it as you, as a personal experience, right? So it's not say ironical, but I find that because of the English version of your album, right? I know to sing most of the songs in English. So I started following your music, So the next thing I want to ask is that it's very hard to get material, especially recording for your songs. So I've been to Manila, sometimes I try to get your albums. So it's a connect between accessibility in terms of language, as well as, of course, the recording materials for actually traditional songs. I think way to get your recording materials, how to get your recording materials, yeah.
I cannot...
Okay. It's not easy to get your recordings in the market for me as a fan here.
Where can he buy your recordings?
Where?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, right now, the CDs, you can only order my CD through my email, Freddie_anak@yahoo.com.
Okay, maybe you...
Because we don't sell CDs anymore because every left and right, they're downloading it in the internet.
Well, I'm old school.
But that's the truth. That's the truth. That's the reality.
Okay.
All over the world, it's now being downloaded. But during my concerts, then we bring some CDs.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, I think it's time we brought the proceedings to a close. So please bear with me just for a few more minutes while we honor our guests with just small tokens of appreciation. Jericho went back. So we'll give it to Freddie for both Jericho and Freddie. Thank you so much for sharing.
My pleasure.
also one for Joe Peters, who made it all possible. Joe, thank you so much. Thank you so much, ladies and gentlemen. We had an incredible story, the untold story of Anak. Thank you so much.